Good evening, class. Today we'll be looking after CAT examination. CAT is actually examination which stands for Review Aptitude Test. It is basically taken by 1Rajeev Jamshedpur. It is one of the best institute in India. 1Rajeev Jamshedpur itself offers two courses. One is PMIR, which was their flagship course, and the second is BM. BM is Bachelor's in Management, which is equivalent to MBA, and PMIR is equivalent to MBA in HR. And then they have a campus in Orissa as well. So they offer their PGDBM, the courses, which is equivalent to MBA. And this is a pencil and paper test. Hope Arun sir has already shared this examination pattern with you, which I have prepared. And this is one of the most dynamic examination, not in the sense that it has very different questions or anything, but the pattern seems to be very different from each preceding year. Sometimes they introduce differential marking, sometimes they introduce differential negative marking. The number of questions seems to be changing each and every year. The difficulty level of the questions seems to be changing every year. So nothing can be said about this paper, which is quite concrete. So what I'll tell is that in 2014 it has been announced that there are certain changes in examination pattern. The examination pattern will consist of two parts, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is the objective paper with multiple choice questions, and this section will have questions pertaining to verbal ability, decision making, quantitative aptitude, and general awareness. And the paper 2 will be a essay question, which is more or less on the same lines of each and every year. And that examination, as I had been giving, as I had been taking for quite some time, is the toughest examination of the season. And I'm not saying this to deter you from preparation, but I'm telling you this to keep yourself motivated for this examination rather than giving up of the examination. Before going further, I have been giving lectures on all the examinations that SNAP and math, whatever I have taken. I'll try to give you a incident which happened with me itself regarding this paper. This was year 2011, the year in which I joined the MBA Institute in India. I was taking that examination. I went into the examination hall and the paper was entirely different. We prepared for whatever has been coming out for the last few years, and we were shell shocked seeing the question paper. The question paper consisted of differential marking and differential negative marking questions. So there were questions even of 5 marks, then questions of even half marks. And I was shocked, and I saw people around me. Some were so much frustrated that they just took the paper, tore it up and threw it away. Few of the people tried to bang their head and then left the examination hall much before the examination was completed. But few of them actually persisted and tried to solve, choosing the questions that were easy in order to get some marks. And they actually persisted throughout the 2.5 hours. And you'll be surprised to know that some of the questions in quant section were actually taken directly from the IIT examinations, and that too not from these years. It was taken from IIT examination in their best years. I am saying about 2003 or 2001, those quant questions. So this was enough for people to deter, and it was more or less a test of your determination. So this is what I want to say, that XAT is not an examination only to test your quantitative aptitude, but it also is to test your patience. It is also to test your ability to take the pressure, because that is what you are going to do. HR's job is considered to be the second most pressure taking job after a job of a doctor in the whole world. So that is what they wanted to test, and the result was very different. Means people getting 91 percentile, often converting XLRI, and people getting 99 percentile were not even given a call. So that was the incident which you should keep in mind while attempting that. So whatever may be the examination, the pattern will be the same for all the people. So no need to worry about the pattern. Just read whatever has been given in the examination and attempt accordingly. So keeping this in mind, we'll go ahead with today's. I've prepared some of the questions from the last few years of that paper and some of the sample papers, or some of the papers that I had already for that. So we'll go through the questions one by one, and then we'll review the questions as I have been doing throughout my classes, other classes till now. So let's go ahead to the question sheet. Oops, this is the okay. This is question sheet. Okay, some of you still have confusion that what will be in the paper 2. Paper 2 will be a essay type question, in which they'll be asking you, they will be giving you a topic on which you have to write an essay in 30 minutes. And that essay will not be counted in terms of marks, but it will be counted during your interview process. And that too for only XLRI Jamshedpur. Okay. Okay. We have few questions here. So okay, we have 15 questions. So I'll do is I'll give you first 5 questions and 10 minutes to solve these questions. Or rather I'll give you first 4 questions and solve it in 10 minutes. So right now it's 8:38. So at 8:50 we'll review the answers. Hope you have got the question sheet. Those who have not got the question sheet, they can actually take a screenshot from here. I've also pasted the questions in the chat sheet. You can take it from there. So it would be good if we actually do the question right now here only, rather than waiting for all the question sheet and then my answer sheet and then doing it in that way. So this will also test your temperament over here. So let's start. It's 8:40. At 8:50 we'll be reviewing the questions. There seem to be a lot more new participants this time. So what I'll suggest is, this is how actually I work. I'll put the questions sheet in front of you, and then you'll be taking the questions, and I'll give you some time to solve these questions, and then after that we'll review the questions. That is how I operate. And if you need any changes, or if you are not, if you have any problem in between, you can point in the question window whatever issues you are facing. And I would also want to tell you, I'd like this opportunity to tell you that we have on our Mindworks website a forum for quant, which you should actively participate, because a lot more good questions actually pop up over there, and if you are able to solve this, it will actually uh, it will actually help you to get the grip on quant section, which will be very helpful for your CAT 2013 or CAT 2014. Okay, class, the time is up. So I'll review the questions. Question number one. Question number one says Professor Mandal walks to the market and comes back in an auto. It takes him 90 minutes to make the round trip. If he takes auto both ways, it takes him 30 minutes. On Sunday, he decides to walk both ways. How long would it take? It's an easy question. So normally he walks and takes an auto. Total time he takes is 90. Now in both the case he has taken auto. So the time is 30 minutes. So one time auto time will be 15 minutes. So one side walking time will be 90 minus 15, that is 75 minutes. Now he decides to walk both the ways. Both the ways walk yani 75 into 2. That means 150 minutes. So we have an option as 150 minutes. Yes, we have an option as 150 minutes. Option number D. You go ahead and mark option number D. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 says, Mr. Mehra is planning for higher education expenses of his two sons aged 15 and 12. He plans to divide rupees 15 in two equal parts and invest in two different plans such that his sons may have access to 21 lakh each when they reach the age of 21. It's an easy question. See how we'll approach this question. Okay. First is 15 years of age. Second child is of 12 years of age. Now, when they need to receive the sum is 21. So here the time is 9 years. Here the time is 6 years. So 1t is 6, 1t is 9. We got it. Now 7.5, they are 15 lakhs into two equal parts. So principal both the ways is 7.5 and 7.5. What else is left? T we know, P we know, R we need to calculate, and we know the simple interest. Simple interest will be the final sum minus the principal. That will be 21 minus 7.5. That is how much? 13.5. So we know the basics. Now how will approach this question? Let's see. First part, we know rate needs to be defined. Time is 6 years, principal is 7.5, and simple interest is 13.5. So PRT by 100 is 13.5. So we can calculate easily R. R will come out to be 30%. Similarly, for second thing, R we don't know, but time here we know 9 years. Principal is 7.5. PRT by 100 is the same simple interest, that is 13.5. So here R comes out to be 20%. Which is the option? 20 and 30% is option E. So we'll go ahead and mark option E. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3 says, at the center of a city's municipal park, there is a large circular pool. A fish is released in the water at the edge of the pool. The fish swims north for 300 feet before it hits the edge of the pool. Then it returns to east and swims for 400 feet before hitting the edge. What is the area of the pool? Whenever you get these kind of question, the first thing is you need to draw a diagram of whatever has been said. So if you visualize it, what it says is travel 300-meter north and then 400-meter east. So what it will do? It will create a right angle triangle. So simple funda, you in a semicircle, this is 90 degree. So this funda we are going to use. So is 300-meter north and then 400-meter east. So 300 by is 300 and this is 400. So this will be 500. 500 is the diameter. So radius will be 250. If we know the radius, we can easily calculate what is the area. What will be the area? Area will be 625005. We have an option. We have option A. We'll go ahead and mark option A. Let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4 says, Albela, Bob and Chulbul have to read a document of 78 pages and make a presentation next day. They realize that the article is difficult to understand and they would require a teamwork to finish the assignment. Albela can read a page in 2 minutes, Bob in 3 minutes, Chulbul in 4 minutes. If they divide the article into 3 parts so that all 3 of them spend equal time on the article, the number of pages that Bob should read is. It's a time question, time and speed question. Let's see how we are going to solve this question. It's written 78 pages. Okay. So pages in the doc is 78. A reads a page in 2 minutes, B in 3 minutes and C in 4 minutes. So in 1 minute, how much each of them will read? Half of a page, B 1/3 of a page and C 1/4 of a page. They have to divide the work in such that they spend equal amount of time. Let the time be t minutes. So easily we can say this, t by 2 plus t by 3 plus t by 4 is 78. So we can calculate t is equal to 72 minutes. Now in B, reads in 3 minutes, a page in 3 minutes. So 72 by 3 will be 24 pages. So we have an option 24 pages. Yes, we have option A. We'll go ahead and mark option A. Okay. Hope you guys have understood till now the questions. So next 4 questions will do question number 5, 6, 7 and 8 and we'll take say 8 minutes for these questions, which is more than enough. So next review will be at 9:08. Okay guys, time is up. So we'll see question number 5. Question number 5 is Ramesh analyzed a monthly salary figures of 5 vice president of his company. All the salary figures were integers. The mean and the median of the salary are 5 lakh and only mode is 8 lakh. Which of the following options is the sum of the highest and the lowest salary? So first of all, what it is saying is 5 vice presidents. So here 5 is the sample size. Now mode is 8 lakh. So at least 2 people will have a salary of 8 lakh. Okay, at least 2. So at least 2 people will have a salary of 8 lakh. Then only we can have a mode. Then it is saying that mean and median are 5 lakh. So sum of the salary is 5 into 5. So that means is 25. That is the sum of the salary. So now see, keeping these all questions in mind, how it is being done. So mean and median is 5. So total salary of the 5 people is 25 lakh rupees. Mode is 8. So highest and second highest needs to be 8 only. Middle salary needs to be 5 because the median is 25. Median means, you know the formula of median, n by 2 plus 1th term, and if it is odd number, so n plus 1 by 2th term. So here n is odd, so 5 plus 1 by 2 is third term. So third term means the middle salary needs to be 5 lakh. So now what is left? 8 plus 8 16 and 5 21. Only 4 lakh is left, which need to be distributed among first 2, means the lowest 2 people, which would be only 1 and 3 lakh it can be distributed. Why? Because each and every is a distinct integer salary. So highest and lowest is 1 and 8. So 1 and 8 is 9 lakh. We have an option as 1 lakh, 9 lakh. Yes, we have option A as 9 lakh. So we'll go ahead and mark option A. Okay, moving on to question number 6. Consider the expression a square plus a plus 1 similarly upon a, b, c, d, e, the minimum value of this expression. Okay. So you can see a symmetry over here. A square plus a plus 1, you can divide it by a. It will become a plus 1 upon a plus 1 by a plus 1. Similarly, a plus 1 by a, the minimum value will always be 2. So a plus 1 by a plus 1 will be 2 plus 1, 3. So the minimum value for the whole expression will be 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So that is 3 to the power 5 or 243. Okay, some people are asking what does mode mean. So let me tell you what modes means. Suppose this is the sample 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 5, 6, 6, 6. So the one that occurs for the maximum number of times, that is mode. So maximum number of times is 6. So here the mode is 6. Sometimes if suppose these are not given here, only this is given. So here 1 also occurs 2 times, 2 also occur 2 times, 3 also occur 2 times. So it is trimodal. Trimodal. That means there are 3 modes in this. Only one mode need not to be there. Okay. Hope you understood. So we'll move on to question number 7. Question number 7 says P plus Q, P and Q are positive numbers such that P to the power Q is equal to Q to the power P and Q is equal to 9P. So what is the value of P? This is one of the type of question that has occurred in CAT as well. So it's an easy question. So let's solve it. It's written P to the power Q. So P to the power Q is equal to P to the power 9P, because Q is equal to 9P is equal to Q to the power P. That means 9P to the power P. So this again we are rearranging that same thing. We are rearranging these questions. P to the power 9P is equal to 9 to the power P into P to the power P. It can be said the same thing. So which implies 9 to the power P minus P is equal to 9 to the power P, or P to the power 8P is equal to 9 to the power P. We got this question. So moving on, again option A, P is under root 9. Keep this value. Does it satisfy it? Or it doesn't satisfy, because both the sides RHS and LHS are not equal. Similarly, if P is equal to 9 to the power 1 by 6, similarly we'll put the same thing. Both are not equal, so B is also out. Similarly, we'll put for P, C. Again, C also does not satisfy. For D, P to the power is equal to 9 to the power 1 by 8. We'll put both sides becomes equal. So we'll go ahead and mark option D. This is the easier way to solve this question. Okay, Vikash is not able to get question number 6. Question number 6, what it is that we need to find out the lowest value of this expression. Now, lowest value of this expression, now simplify this expression. Only consider a square plus a plus 1 by a. Okay, so this can be rearranged as a plus 1 plus 1 by a. Now the expression a plus 1 by a. What is the minimum value of this expression? It will always be 2. It cannot be less than 2. So minimum value of this expression will be 2 plus 1, that is 3. Now this way you can arrange for B also, C also, D also, E also. So minimum value of each will be 3, 3, 3, 3 and 3. So it will be actually 3 to the power 5. So 3 to the power 5 is 243. We'll go ahead and mark 2 43. Hope it clears your doubt. Okay. Moving on to question number 8. 70% of the students 70% of the students who joined Axelrai last year play football. 75% play cricket, 80% play basketball, 85% play carom. What is the minimum percentage of people who play all the games? So how many games actually we have? Football, cricket, basketball and carom. Now this is a typical Venn diagram question. Let's see how we'll solve this question. 70% play football. So person who are not playing football is 30%. So similarly 75% who play cricket, percentage which are not playing cricket is 25%. Percentage not playing cricket is 20% and percentage not playing carom is 15%. In the similar way where how we have calculated for football and cricket. So maximum percentage of people not playing at least one game is 90%. So 90% do not play at least one game. So this means what? At least 10% play all the 4 games. So we have option for 10%. Yes, we have option number B for 10%. We'll go ahead and mark option number B. Okay, let's move on to question number 9, 10, 11 and 12. So 4 question, 8 minutes again. We'll review at 9:28. Okay guys, time is up. So we'll move ahead with question number 9. Question number 9 says, please read the following sentences. First, 103 and 7 are the only prime factors of 1 4 times 0, 27. Second is 6 under root 6 factorial, 6 sixth 6 factorial to the power 1 by 6 is greater than 7 factorial to the power 1 by 7. And the third statement is, if I travel one half of my journey at a speed of x km per hour, it will be impossible for me to attain an average of 2x km per hour for the entire journey. Let's see which all of them are correct. So first it is saying 1 4 times 27, 4 times 0, 27 has what? 7, 103 and 137. Now we need to check if there is any factor of 1387. So we'll check all the things. First it is odd, so hence 2 and any of the even numbers will not be a factor. Now the sum of the digits is 19, so 3 is not a factor, 9 is not a factor. It's neither 0 nor 5, so ending 5 is not a factor. So we'll check by 7. So sum of the alternate digits is 1 plus 8 is not equal to 3 plus 7. So 11 is also not a factor. If we check, 7 is also not a factor. If we check for 13 and 17 are not a factor. But 19 is a factor. So what it becomes is 7 into 103 into 19 into 73. So statement 1 is wrong. So we will be concentrating on which all statement. Statement 1 is wrong. So all statements are correct. This is ruled out. Both statements 1 and 2 are correct. This is also ruled out. Both statements 1 and 3 are correct. This is also ruled out. So we are left with question statement number B and statement number C. That only 2 is correct, only 3 is correct. Okay. So let's go to question statement 2 or statement 3. One of them, if we solve, we are able to get the answer. So we'll move ahead to question statement number 3. The statement number 3 says, one half of the journey is completed at x km per hour. Let the other half is completed at an average of y km per hour. Now the total distance is 2d. If 1 times distance is d, so average speed will be total distance upon total time. Total distance is 2d. So or here we have taken total distance as d by 2 on each side. So d upon d by 2x plus d by 2y, which is equal to 4xy upon 2x plus 2y is equal to 2xy upon x plus y. Now they are saying that it should be equal to 2x. So this value is equal to 2x. That means x is 0, which is wrong. So it is impossible to attain an average speed of 2x. So statement 3 is correct. We need not to check the statement number 2. The statement number 3 is correct. So we'll go ahead and mark option number C. Okay, moving on to question number 10. Question number 10 says, what does it say? Consider the expression xxx base b is equal to x cube, where b is the base, x is any digit of base b. Find the value of b. It's a base question. Similarly, if normally what we use is base decimal system, base 10. So we write 234. 234 means nothing but 2 into 10 square plus 3 into 10 to the power 1 plus 4 into 10 to the power 0. So similarly we will do here also, base b. X into b square plus x into b to the power 1 plus x into b to the power 0 is equal to x cube. Now put this value here into the expression. So we get this value, x into b square plus b plus 1 minus x square is equal to 0. Now either x is equal to 0, which is not possible. So this must be value. So b square plus b plus 1 should be a perfect square. So now check each option one by one. You can easily get that b is equal to 5, it is not a perfect square. 6, not a perfect square. 7, it's not a perfect square. 8, it's not a perfect square. So all the option A, B, C, D are gone. We have only one option, that is none of the above. So we'll go ahead and mark option number E, that is none of the above. So moving on to question number 11. Tina, Meena, Geena, Leena and Beena are 5 sisters, aged in that order. Tina is the eldest. Each of them had to carry a bucket of water from a well to their house. Their buckets' capacities were proportional to their ages. While returning equal amount of water splashed out of the bucket. Who lost the maximum amount of water as a percentage of the bucket capacity? It's a basic quick question. So let us consider the ratio of their bucket capacity be 1:2:3:4:5, because it's increasing order, we can assume it as this. So as they lost the same amount of water, so the one with the highest bucket capacity lost the lowest percentage. So because if they lost, say if they lost half liter of water, so it lost how much? 50%. How much this lost? 25%. So similarly we can see it's decreasing. So one which has the lowest water, it lost the maximum percentage. So Beena lost the maximum percentage as her bucket was the lowest capacity. So we have option for Beena. Yes, we have option number 5 for Beena. So we'll go ahead and mark option number 5. Now question number 12, moving on. It says 3 vice presidents regularly visit a plant on different days. Due to labor unrest, VPHR regularly visits a plant after a gap of 2 days. VP Operations regularly visits a plant after a gap of 3 days. VP Sales regularly visits a plant after a gap of 5 days. VPs do not deviate from their regular schedules. CEO of the company meets the VP when all 3 of them VPs come to plant together. CEO is on leave from 5th January to 28th January 2012. The last time CEO met VP was on January 3rd. So when will be the next time then CEO will meet all the VPs? It's a very simple LCM question, saying after a gap of 2 days, 3 days and 5 days. So we need to calculate the LCM. Gap of 2 days means VP HR visits every 3rd day. VP Operations visits every 4th day. And VP Sales visit after every 6 days. After a gap of 5 days, that means every 6th day. So LCM of 3, 4 and 6 will be, they will be meeting together every 12 days. So CEO meets the VP after every 12 days. So CEO met on 3rd, so they will meet on January 15, January 27, then February 8. As the CEO is on leave from January 5 to January 28, so January 27 and 15 are ruled out. Only February 8 is left. So we have an option for February 8. We have option number C. We will go ahead and mark option number C. We have question number 13, 14 and 15 today. Let's solve these questions quickly in 10 minutes. Okay, 3 questions only. Why 10 minutes? I'll give you 6 minutes to solve this question. Question number 13. 14, and 15. Let's review it at 9:44. Meanwhile, if you have any problem in any of the questions that I have explained till now, you can raise a concern. Okay, people, the time is up. So we'll review question number 13. Question number 13 says if five of the dot balls that had been hit for fours and if the two of the shots which would have fetched the batsman 3 runs had fetched him only 1 run, what would be the central angle of the sector that corresponds to the percentage of runs scored in fours? Okay. If five of the dot balls had been hit for fours, and if the two of the shots which the batsman scored 3 runs instead 1 run. So the change in the total score will be plus 5 into 4 minus 2 into 3 minus 1. So it will be 16 runs. That would be plus 16 runs. Change in the share of force will be 20. If the total score is 306, given in the previous question is considered as the initial value, I think this question people have taken from somewhere else. So one correction that we can make here is 306 is the total runs, and then we can go ahead and solve these questions. So 306 is the total score that has been scored. So the new score will be 306 plus 16, that is 322. Initial force percentage was 43.14 percentage. Now the new is this value plus the 20. So we have the total scores that had been made by 4 is 152 point something. So the new share for 4 will be 152 by 322. That will be around 161 degree. So it will be 152 by 322 into 360 degree, which is equal to 350. Same, it is actually simplifying this thing. 76 into 360 by 161. Now either you solve this and then go for the answer, or you can compare this with the given options. Only 170 option is satisfying the criteria. So we have our option 170. 170 is option number E. We'll go ahead and mark option. Question number 14, what it states is City Bus Corporation runs 2 buses from terminus A to terminus B, each bus making around 5 rounds trips every day. There are no stops in between. These buses ply back and forth on the same route at different but uniform speeds. Each morning the bus starts at 7 a.m. from their respective terminuses. They meet for the first time at the distance of 7 km from terminus A. Their next meeting is at a distance of 4 km from terminus B. While traveling in opposite direction, assuming the time taken by the buses at the terminus is negligible or small, and the cost of running the bus is 20 rupees per kilometer, find the daily cost of running the buses. Okay. Let us have a distance between A and B be x. Let the speed of buses starting at A and B be A and B respectively. First, they are meeting at 7 km from A. So by that time, the first bus travels 7 km, second bus travels x minus 7 kilometers, as they have traveled for the same time. Now the time needs to be same. So 7 by A, distance upon speed, is equal to x minus 7 by B. Second meeting is 4 km from B. So by that time, first bus will travel x plus 4 kilometers because it's in the opposite direction, and the second one will travel x plus x minus 4, that is 2x minus 4 kilometers, and they have traveled for same time. So again, speed upon distance upon speed, so time will be same. So x plus 4 by a is equal to 2x minus 4 by b. Now you solve these two equations 1 and 2. What we get is x is equal to 17. So one round trip will be 34 kilometers. Each bus makes 5 round trips, so 5 into 34. It is total distances traveled by the two buses in a day is 2 into 5 into 34 is 340 kilometers. 340 into 20 is 6,800 rupees. We have an option for 6,800. Yes, we have option number D. We will go ahead and mark option number D. What is the last question of the day? A spherical metal of radius 10 centimeter is molten and made into 1,000 small spheres of equal sizes. In this process, the surface area of the metal is increased by. It's a tricky question. Looks like an easy question, but it is not. V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. A is equal to 4 pi r square. Everybody knows this. So here r is given as 10 square, because if you calculate that radius of a smaller circle, it will be r cube by 1000. R cube by 1000 is 1 centimeter. So area of 1000 spheres will be 4 pi into 1000. 4 pi is the area of one sphere. So 1000 sphere, 4 pi into 1000. So it has increased by how many times? It has increased by 9 times, which is not available option. Though it looks 10 times, but it has increased. It has asked increased. It has not increased. It is not saying how many times it becomes. It becomes 10 times, but it has increased by 9 times. So we have an option for 9 times. No, we don't have an option. So we'll go ahead and mark none of the above. Option number 5. So here the trick lies here. So that's it for the day. Hope you enjoyed the session. And if you have any question, keep me posted. By that time, good night and good luck. Enjoy your day.